The image of a soldier is often synonymous with strength, resilience, and unyielding bravery. Whether on the battlefield or in day-to-day military life, soldiers are expected to endure intense physical and mental challenges. However, behind the stoic facade lies a complex inner world where mental health plays a pivotal role. The emotional and psychological struggles faced by soldiers, both during service and after their return to civilian life, are often overlooked or misunderstood. In this video, we'll take a closer look inside the mind of a soldier, exploring the unique mental health challenges they face and the growing efforts to address these issues in the armed forces. The unique stressors of military life. Life in the military is unlike any other profession. Soldiers are often required to operate under high-stress conditions, face life-threatening situations, and endure long periods away from family and loved ones. These circumstances present unique mental health challenges that can significantly impact their well-being. 1. Exposure to trauma. One of the most significant mental health issues affecting soldiers is exposure to trauma. Whether in active combat zones or during peacekeeping missions, soldiers can witness or experience violent, life-threatening situations. Prolonged exposure to such traumatic events can lead to the development of post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD. Symptoms of PTSD include flashbacks, nightmares, hypervigilance, and emotional numbness, all of which can persist long after a soldier has left the battlefield. 2. Long deployments and separation from family. The separation from loved ones during long deployments is another major stressor for soldiers. Being away from family and home for extended periods can lead to feelings of isolation and loneliness, exacerbating pre-existing mental health conditions or creating new ones. Soldiers may also experience deployment stress, where the constant uncertainty and lack of control over their environment lead to anxiety and depression. 3. The pressure to conform to a warrior culture. Military culture often emphasizes toughness, discipline, and emotional stoicism. Soldiers are trained to put the mission first, sometimes at the expense of their own well-being. This warrior mentality can create an environment where showing vulnerability or seeking help for mental health issues is perceived as a sign of weakness. As a result, many soldiers are reluctant to seek treatment, fearing it will affect their career or reputation within their unit. 4. The transition to civilian life. Reintegrating into civilian life after military service can be a daunting challenge for many soldiers. The abrupt shift from the structured, purpose-driven environment of the military to the often chaotic and unpredictable civilian world can lead to feelings of confusion, loss of identity, and purposelessness. Veterans may struggle to find meaningful employment, rebuild relationships, or simply adjust to the slower pace of civilian life. This can lead to a range of mental health issues, including depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. The hidden cost of service. Mental health statistics in the armed forces. The mental health challenges faced by soldiers are not just anecdotal. Studies and surveys have highlighted the significant toll military service can take on psychological well-being. PTSD. According to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, between 11–20% of veterans who served in operations such as Enduring Freedom, Afghanistan, and Iraqi Freedom experience PTSD. The condition can also affect soldiers in non-combat roles. Depression and anxiety. A 2020 study published in JAMA Psychiatry found that 1 in 5 U.S. active duty soldiers had been diagnosed with a mental health disorder, with depression and anxiety being the most common. These numbers are likely even higher for soldiers who have served in combat zones. Suicide. Suicide rates among active duty soldiers and veterans have risen in recent years. The U.S. Department of Defense reported that the suicide rate among active duty troops reached 29.7 per 100,000 in 2020, the highest level in over a decade. Veterans are also 1.5 times more likely to die by suicide than their civilian counterparts. These statistics reflect a broader mental health crisis within the armed forces, prompting military leadership and healthcare providers to seek better solutions to support soldiers' mental well-being. Breaking the stigma Addressing mental health in the military. One of the most significant barriers to addressing mental health issues in the military is the stigma surrounding it. The culture of strength and resilience can often discourage soldiers from seeking help, but efforts are underway to change this mindset. 1. Mental health screenings and counseling. Routine mental health screenings, conducted before and after deployment, help detect soldiers at risk and provide early intervention. These assessments aim to normalize mental health conversations, encouraging soldiers to seek help without fear of stigma. Confidential therapy sessions, either on base or via telehealth, offer soldiers a private and accessible avenue for support. 2. Peer support programs. Peer support programs connect veterans and active service members who have shared similar challenges. By sharing experiences, soldiers gain a sense of camaraderie and support, fostering a safe space to openly discuss mental health issues without judgment. 3. Leadership training on mental health awareness. Military leadership is receiving training to recognize signs of mental distress among troops. This empowers leaders to approach and assist struggling soldiers, fostering a more compassionate approach to mental health care within military units. 4. The role of technology. Digital tools, including apps and online platforms, offer soldiers easy access to mental health resources, self-assessment tools, and coping strategies, allowing them to engage with mental health care discreetly and on their own terms. The path forward. A holistic approach to soldier well-being. The mental health of soldiers is not just a military issue, it is a societal one. Soldiers serve their countries with the understanding that they may face physical harm, but the invisible wounds of war can be just as debilitating. As we move forward, it is crucial to adopt a more holistic approach to soldier well-being, one that prioritizes mental health as much as physical health. 1. Strengthening family and community support systems. Family members and communities play a vital role in supporting the mental health of soldiers. Providing resources and education to families about the unique challenges soldiers face can help them better understand and support their loved ones. Communities can also play a part by offering veteran-specific programs and services that help ease the transition back into civilian life. 2. Increasing funding for mental health research. Investing in research is critical to developing new treatments and interventions for mental health issues in the armed forces. By studying the effects of trauma, stress, and long deployments on soldiers' mental health, researchers can develop more effective therapies and preventative measures. 3. Shifting the culture. The military is making strides toward destigmatizing mental health, but more work is needed. Continuing to foster an environment where seeking help is seen as a sign of strength rather than weakness will be key to ensuring that soldiers get the care they need. Leadership must continue to model this behavior and encourage open conversations about mental health at all levels of command. Inside the mind of a soldier, the battle is not always on the front lines. The mental health challenges they face, both during and after their service, are profound and far-reaching. From the trauma of combat to the difficulties of reintegration, soldiers carry the weight of their experiences long after their missions are over. Addressing mental health in the armed forces requires a comprehensive approach that includes early intervention, support systems, and a cultural shift toward mental health awareness. By prioritizing the mental well-being of soldiers, we not only honor their service, but also ensure they have the tools and support to thrive both in uniform and in civilian life. Thanks for watching.